never forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 19 carries, 81 yards.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Space to run past the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
That's well good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And what a sophomore season he had for the Cardinals. Pretty much swept every major quarterback award, including the Heisman Trophy. And we spend a lot of time talking about his legs. Formidable. He can run the ball like few others. But the key to everything for him is ability to be accurate from the pocket.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
The numbers for Andrews last week: 7 catches, 99 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On 1st down, Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely, because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And that one not going to have enough height on it. Down around his feet, it's incomplete.
Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Now a throw caught by one of their linemen.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Jackson now off the bootleg. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. And that play went nowhere. Losing losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Here's Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Winston from the gun on third down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Jackson to Boykin, first down, Baltimore.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Again, Jackson. Dancing to his left.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now third and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now Jackson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On second down, Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's third and long.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They run the counter. Harris. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's right on his way so far. And that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Wide open receiver complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Play action. Now Jackson.
And returning right back to Boykin.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do was trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him an opportunity.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now Winston. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
To throw is Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Ravens strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead. And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year. I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. Here's Winston. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Winston. Short little throw to Ebron. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
First down, Winston. Pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Justin Madubuike.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston, short little throw to Ebron. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Winston now. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
62 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Highsmith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
On second down, Dobbins gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now Winston.
Connecting with Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here's Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Winston to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Winston. Ebron caught left side. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. Forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense.